Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about Cobra Kai Season 6 villain duo is set to copy the Karate Kid. So let's give this swirl, shall we? Cobra Kai has set up what will likely become a Season 6 villain duo, which could perfectly parallel that of the Karate Kid. This all comes down to the return of John Kreese, who serves as a central villain of the original 1984 movie. Though it looked like he might finally get a redemption in Cobra Kai Season 5, his fake death and escape from prison set him several steps backward. However, if Kreese takes on a new student in the Netflix series' final season, his character story could come as a satisfying close. Back in the Karate Kid, John Kreese was a brutal sensei of Cobra Kai Dojo, and his top student Johnny Lawrence was his pride and joy. That is until the All Valley tournament when, despite Kreese's dirty tactics, Johnny lost the championship to Daniel LaRusso. Ultimately, it was a lesson in integrity. Daniel won because he deserved to, and Cobra Kai was finally put in his place. Now, going into Cobra Kai Season 6, one partnership could bring Kreese full circle. So, Cobra Kai sets up Kreese and Kenny to be Season 6 version of Kreese and Johnny. The end of the Cobra Kai Season 5 saw Cobra Kai Dojo fall apart, so several students were left without a karate school going into the series final season. Moreover, the dojo is without a sensei since Terry Silver has been taken to jail. Coincidentally, the previous teacher had just escaped prison. So it is implied that Kreese will try to get his hands back on his legacy now that he has found freedom. More like limited freedom. Guess it's not really freedom. Like, one could argue that there's no such thing as freedom, but like him faking his death and escaping jail, essentially like Kreese's freedom is even less so, if that makes sense. Anyways, of course, with no students left, Kreese won't have much going for him at Cobra Kai unless he can get one of his past students back on his side. The most vulnerable Cobra Kai student as of the end of Cobra Kai Season 5 is Kenny Payne. Though he was among those who walked out of the dojo after realizing that Terry Silver had cheated at the All Valley tournament, he wasn't ready to talk to Robbie after the fact, and therefore didn't go get a full shot of redemption. He's still angry, and the last anyone saw, still been of no mercy mentality. So if the founder of the mantra were to come back into the picture, it's easy to imagine that Kenny would get on board. The boy is talented and full of rage, and therefore the perfect kid to fill Johnny's place in Kreese's sensei-student dynamic. So, how Kreese and Kenny alliance could fix a villain's Karate Kid mistakes. Kenny may have started out as a sweet kid who was a victim of bullying, but by Season 5 he was completely fixated on his Cobra Kai rivalry with Anthony LaRusso. Full of cruelty and rage, Kenny was on his way to becoming exactly like Johnny was back in the Karate Kid. No one has been able to get through to him, even Robbie, his mentor for a time. This will make him the perfect student to secure a win for Kreese in the Sekai Tekai. However, it will also make him the perfect opportunity for a Kreese redemption. Everything went wrong for Kreese when he pushed Johnny to play dirty in the All Valley. Then, when he saw his student accept his second place trophy and congratulate Johnny LaRusso on his win, the sensei lost it. He came close to killing Johnny, who was actually thankfully saved by Mr. Miyagi. Now, the Karate Kid villain has a shot at an even bigger championship, and his only chance at redemption would go about things differently. Perhaps Kreese will be precisely the person to unexpectedly pull Kenny away from the dark place. It would allow both Cobra Kai characters to be redeemed and bring Kreese franchise-long story to the heartwarming close. And yeah, it could, but like, I can see Kenny being redeemed. Like, maybe like Robbie and Kenny and Anthony may not like be friends, but I feel like Kenny will say, "Man, you were a dick, and I allowed you to be a dick to make me a dick. And I'm sorry for being a dick." And maybe Anthony will accept the apology. But then, like, Anthony says, like, maybe if anything, like, after, like, Anthony reached out to be his friend, maybe Kenny will say, "Yeah, I don't think I'm in that place to be your friend." And that's how we get things left between Kenny and Anthony. Like, they, in a way, pass things up, but aren't friends. Because I feel like most of the rivalries that we've seen, they pass things up, and they at the very least are acquaintances. So that would be a good way. And yeah, this does have a point that maybe through Kenny, taking on Kenny, it can like help Kreese redeem himself. Who knows? But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. We'll talk to you, fellow mutants, later.